is the sound of hospice money. Could you just answer the question, what's the need for a 1,000% increase in hospice care here inside of LA? Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey?
You don't know what's going on?
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California. That there is $6,000 per beneficiary. Can you give us any explanation? Where can we open a hospice at? Get the Maybach just like you.
Word got out that I was inside of the plaza and all the fraudsters started hopping in their cars, leaving the scene.
Excuse me.
What's going on, guys? Let's talk about fraud, shall we? We're going to talk about all sorts of fraud. I feel like talking about fraud. First of all, Nick Shirley. Shout out to Nick Shirley. Man, this kid is, what, 22 years old? And he's already ended Tim Walz' career. He's exposed a lot of things in Minnesota. He's moved on to California. Hospice care. He is, man, this kid is freaking going places, dude. I'm telling you, I wish I had the drive that this kid did when I was 23. I'm super impressed. So I've got a bunch of stuff pulled up here today. Let's kind of click through. This should all be about the same. It's kind of the same here. Where's it at? We're going to go to there. Okay. We're going to go to Hannity real quick. We'll see what he has to say. I haven't watched this video yet, but he's got Nick Shirley on. They're talking about the fraud in California. We're going to go ahead and jump into this. And I'm freestyling with this video, guys, so it might be a little bit longer. But it's Sunday afternoon. We're hanging out. And, we're going to do something. We're going to make something of the day. Let's go.
After exposing massive fraud in Minnesota, independent journalist Nick Shirley is at it again, revealing today that his team uncovered more than $170 million in suspected fraud in Gavin Newsom's California. Meanwhile, a Fox investigation has exposed how criminals in Los Angeles are accused of targeting hospice funds meant for vulnerable seniors, with nearly 2,000 hospice providers in L.A. County alone. Critics say the system is being exploited on a staggering scale, and taxpayers, you're footing the bill for all of it. We did reach out to Gavin Newsom.
So I saw in a video, I was watching the Nick Shirley video, and it said, they said that there was like a 4,000% increase in hospice care in like a 4-year span, basically in Biden's term. This is probably happening all over the country, man. I bet you, if we cleaned up this fraud situation, it would account for half of the nation's debt. I bet you, dude, this is so deep. This is probably happening in every state, at least in every Democrat state. I mean, I'm sure it happens in red states too, but the difference here is that the red states are at least cracking open the books when we ask. The blue states are just, let's stage a protest and burn things down. Dude, you think that, see, this is the deal. Tim Walz thinks that he thinks that he has outsmarted your average American. That dude is dumber than a box of rocks. He's done. He's cooked. Hopefully Gavin Newsom is cooked too, man. There's a lot of things that this guy has said. I've been diving into him because it looks like he's probably going to be the front runner, in 2028. And obviously, it's not going to be a good thing if Gavin Newsom wins. Just look at California. Matter of fact, dude, Gavin Newsom signed a bill, I think it was year before last, which basically lowered the age for a person to be able to get paroled. So regardless of their sentence, they can get paroled. Guy was serving 3 life sentences for 16, I think it was, counts of sexual assault and kidnapping, aggravated, whatever, to a minor. And he turned 50 years old, had done 20 years on 3 life sentences, and is now walking around free in California because he's now too old to be in the prison system. As a 16 count, 3 life sentence serving sexual predator. This guy doesn't need to be anywhere near a seat of power.
office for comment on the recent allegations. They referred us to these posts on X, seemingly making a joke out of the whole situation, writing, quote, "Wow, Nick Shirley finds potential fraud in Donald Trump's federal Medicare system. Gavin Newsom imposed a moratorium on new hospice licenses beginning in 2021. Gavin, maybe you should take these very real claims of fraud in your state. I know you're busy stalking Trump, podcaster, poster, author, world traveler, podcaster. Maybe you should get back to work." Here with more. Independent.
So Gavin Newsom is trying to trash Nick Shirley because he got caught with, dude. I am so glad that the internet is doing its thing when it comes to these politicians. I am so glad. I'm so glad that we live in a country where a kid like this can expose leaders of states. Minnesota, this guy ended Tim Walz's career, dude. This kid's 23. He's a 23-year-old virgin. Not to say there's anything bad with that, but dude, owned. These kids nowadays, man, they're not playing, bro. They don't play that bullshit. And I'm honestly all for it, dude. We're done. I'm done. I personally am done being emotionally manipulated into giving up my homeland. It's ridiculous. These people have been running this place into the ground since I was born. It's time we do something about it.
Journalist Nick Shirley. Okay, you said that what you discovered, the 40 minutes of fraud in Minnesota, that was big, and it was big. But this is much bigger. Tell us what you found.
Yeah, well, California is a lot bigger state than Minnesota, obviously, and they receive more money, and they also tax their people more than any other state in America, yet they allow more fraud to take place than any other state in America as well.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what exactly. Explain where you went, what you were looking for, what you found, and then we'll get to Gavin's response.
Yeah, so obviously their daycare system as well. There's just tons of fraud. These daycares have multiple violations, yet they continue to receive money through a program called CalWorks. And then let's talk about the hospice fraud, where you have a 1,000% increase in hospices inside of just the LA area alone. $1 in $10 for home health care in America goes to the LA area. These fraudsters are driving around not just $100,000 cars, but literally $200,000 Maybachs. And they're just defrauding the American taxpayer like no other place I've ever.
It's the same shit that happened in Minnesota, man. You got people that come from the third worldiest of third world countries, and then within 10 years they can afford mansions and Maybachs. These people can't fix their own system, but they can come here and thrive. I don't believe it. 90% of the fraud in Minnesota was committed by Somalians. 90% of the fraud in the state of Minnesota is committed by Somalians. It's obviously part of the culture in that state for that demographic to continue doing what they were doing in Somalia. Honestly, have you looked into Ilhan Omar? Have you looked into her family and her father? The reason why they fled Somalia? Guy was part of a communist regime that killed 30,000 people. They came here so the people that overthrew them didn't murder them. We should have let them. We should have left them. We should have left them to their account. They should have faced the accountability that their people were trying to hold them to. They were part of a brutal regime. They were fleeing being held accountable. You should look into Ilhan Omar. It's crazy. Anyway, let's jump over here because Nick Shirley's not the only guy doing this. Where's the other? Yeah, Cam Higby right here. He's also in California. This is a different kind of fraud that he's uncovering. I find this also super interesting.
All right, guys, I'm with my good friend and colleague, Jonathan Cho. I got a phone call from James O'Keefe telling me that he was able to uncover individuals working for nonprofits here in the state of California, tabling on Skid Row and registering people to vote in exchange for money, cigarettes, and marijuana.
He's going to catch it on video, but did you hear that? Let Let me run that back so we can hear that again. It's real short.
All right, guys, I'm with my good friend and colleague Jonathan Cho. I got a phone call from James O'Keefe telling me he was able to uncover individuals working for nonprofits.
So James O'Keefe, Project Veritas. Look it up if you don't know. If you pay attention to stuff, you probably already do. A lot of people on the right side of things right now are generally way more informed on geopolitical issues than the left, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I try to interact with everybody. I try to have those debates, but let's be real, dude. We know that that side wants me dead. So there's only so much you can talk to them. They fly off the emotional handle because they don't like what you have to say, which is totally reasonable. And 10, 15 years ago, it would have been the majority Democrat position.
Here in the state of California, tabling on Skid Row and registering people to vote in exchange for money, cigarettes, and marijuana.
So they're basically bribing people to register to vote, and they're paying them money or they're giving them cigarettes. This is on Skid Row, which are mentally ill people and drug addicts. First of all, take a look at that. You saw those tents and them shanties, all this bullshit, these junkies laying around the street. Thank Gavin Newsom for that. You want that to be your president? You want this to go nationwide? Pick somebody like that to be your president. Head off. Let's go. Thank you. So we'll jump ahead a little bit.
Is Goodwill. I'm gonna buy some crappy clothes.
So basically, this guy goes undercover.
What are we doing now?
As a homeless guy, and he gets a bunch of video of this crap. We're gonna check some of it out.
An open secret.
Hold on, Twitter over there. Over there.
A bit down here. Yeah. So I heard they're giving $5. Is that true?
Yeah. But tomorrow, you know, all the rest, they be right there.
And $5 to vote or to register to vote. Hell yeah, man. All right, well, enjoy your cigarette. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you.
Yeah, enjoy. Do you know where they're registering to vote, people? I heard I can get $5 to register.
They're doing it all over the place. Just gotta walk around, they move around.
Do you know where they're registering people to vote around here? I heard I can get $5.
Yeah, that would be right there on Faith and Spring and Main.
Do you know where they're registering people to vote?
Oh, yeah, all around.
I know you might be thinking, oh, well, I mean, they can only register to vote once. You know, what's the big deal? No, dude, these people are giving them fake names. We'll get into this video a little bit, but they're registering with fake names and fake addresses. He catches it on video. We're gonna jump forward a little bit here, because he's just asking people where to go for a while. It looks like.
I'm just a reporter. It's just the news. I'm just a reporter.
And that would be a California voter registration application. Notice the circled fields and their coordinated colors with the application sitting on the table.
Why are you guys filming this?
We're just interested in it. Are you with this thing here?
I'm an American citizen registered for vote under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, well,
the Bill of Rights.
Well,
yeah, see, they're asserting their rights to do this, but check this out. Is it legal to bribe people for votes? Bribing individuals for votes is illegal in most jurisdictions. Offering money, gifts, or any form of compensation in exchange for a vote constitutes a violation of election laws and is widely regarded as unethical. Under U.S. law, specifically 18 U.S.C. 597, it is illegal, subsection 597 probably is what that means. It is illegal to make or offer any expenditure to influence a person's voting decision. This includes both soliciting and accepting such offers. These people are giving them cigarettes or $5 to register to vote. And I guarantee you they're using fake names. You think they don't fill these ballots out and submit them? This is insanity.
I was just wondering,
They fail to distinguish the U.S. Constitution from
Here's the thing that I hate about that, what that guy just said. The left is using the system to subvert the system from within and mocking us while they're doing it. And they're surprised that they're getting blown out. The last election was a blowout. The Democrats lost every single swing state. They lost they lost 90% of the counties in the country. And they had the Republicans had record high numbers of minority voters. Dude, the Democrats are politicking like it's the 1970s, and they think that black people, Hispanic people in this country are stupid. Black people have caught on to the fact that the Democrat Party doesn't represent them. Well, at least they're starting to. Thank God for that. You know, we'll do a video on the history of the Republican Party, but anybody who knows the history of the Republican Party knows that black people coming back to the Republican Party, that's a homecoming. The Republican Party was founded, I believe it was founded in the 1850s, as a radical abolitionist party. The first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln. And as soon as Abraham Lincoln won, the South seceded because they knew they were about to lose their slaves. We'll do a video about the 300,000 men that died to free the slaves in this country and right an obvious wrong. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions about the history of America, and the more I look into it, the more I want to put videos out about it. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm getting tangential.
We caught individuals working for nonprofits paying people to sign up for ballot initiatives. If you don't know what ballot initiatives are, in California there is a form of direct democracy where when people go to the polling station, they vote not only for candidates, but also for legislation. That legislation is put on the ballot via ballot.
So effectively, the California government will fabricate legislation and then bribe homeless people to fucking vote for it. Do you think that sounds like a state government that represents the people? Or do you think that sounds like a state government that's just doing whatever they can to impose their will on their people?
Initiatives where people go out and they petition for a piece of legislation that they have written. If that petition is successful, it's put on the ballot and people can vote on it.
Give me some information, I'll light you. What's up? Do you know where I heard I can sign a petition around here for $5 somewhere. You know where that's at?
It's on the corners, like go right here, go all the way up. Or you could go right here. See, please go right here. Catch it in front of the store right here. In front of the green, the one right here by JWC.
And they give you $5 to register?
Yeah, it's
or to sign.
The homeless count.
Hey Matt.
This shit is disgusting, dude. Somebody needs to, Congress needs to bring Gavin Newsom in and question him on this shit. There's no excuse for this crap. I cannot believe that this is the state of America under the left. This is how I grew up in Chicago. I live in Florida now. God, thank God I live in a free state. But I was born in Chicago. You know, and it was, I mean, Chicago's been a rough place for a long time. But it's unrecognizable even from the 80s. Like it has become, it's a completely different place. I left it the last time I left Chicago because my family, when I was 10, I came to Florida. We went back when I was like 14, came back down at 16, went back up at 20, came back down at like, I don't know, 26. And I've been down here ever since now. I'm 40 now. So I've had a solid stay in Southwest Florida. But the reason I left was because I saw the writing on the wall. Chicago was declining. I knew it was a cesspool for crime. And I kind of assessed the situation, and I thought to myself, well, if there was to be some sort of an emergency, the people in this city, they're 3 days away from reverting to being animals. So I got away from it. I figured, hey, if societal collapse, I want to be as far away from big population area as possible. It's not in small town Florida. And it's just now that those things that I saw in Chicago, you're seeing them in every leftist city, in every leftist state, and there's no excuse for it. You know, there's no excuse for it. They throw more and more money at it. They California spends $81,000 a year per homeless person. Bro, if most of them weren't mentally ill drug addicts that could manage their entire life for a year, they'd have money to invest. Like, that's insanity to me. $81,000 a year per homeless person, and they still have homeless people. Like, how about we just start cutting checks to people who are working for $81,000 a year. But you know how easy, I mean, I'm not saying I advocate that because that's ridiculous, but bro, do you know how much, like, that's just they waste trillions of dollars. Our government is wasting trillions of dollars. It's insane.
You know where they're doing sign a petition, getting money?
This is for money?
Now let's get to the petition. Let's get to actually witnessing it.
Provide permanent funding for schools and health care. You have different ones. This is for Uber, accident victims, so they get medical expenses. Most of them is health and medical.
So if I sign this, I can help people.
If you sign this clip right here, you get a free gift, or you could get $5. It's on you.
Free gift, $5? Oh,
I think you could get a free gift or $5. On you, you get a.
What organization is this?
What do you mean? This is Pivotal Politics.
Oh,
Pivotal Politics.
That is an election mail insignia. It is present on mail-in ballots and voter registration applications, but not ballot initiative petitions.
Hey man, are you doing voter registration?
No, I'm not.
No. What is it?
Look, it's a.
Can I sign one?
Are you a voter?
Yeah.
What county?
Los Angeles County. Yeah.
Actually, I'm on field right now. I didn't have enough room for my LA turn. I'll be back.
Okay, when are you gonna be back?
I don't know, maybe a couple hours.
Cool, man. Sounds good. Thanks, bro.
Where I'm from, we call that a bold-faced lie. This individual says that he's not registering people to vote, but he has a stack of voter registration applications underneath his arm. In all reality, this individual is doing both voter registration and...
Shit's disgusting. One more thing I want to pull up before, where's it at? I came across this video a little bit ago, and I wanted to kind of add this into this video here. This is insanity to me too. This is a judge calling out a lawyer for fabricating statutes, like referring to cases in case law that don't exist to prove a point for 5 different cases, I think he says. Here, we'll listen.
So before you sit down,
Yes,
there's
sir.
one more thing I need to ask you about, unfortunately. In reviewing the trial court's order denying the motion for new trial, there are at least 5 citations to cases that don't exist. And there's at least 5 more citations to cases that do not support the proposition for which they're cited, including 3 quotations that don't exist.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for...
So you hear that? I am so done with people who think they know better and just do it for control. I don't know specifically what that case was about. I'm going to do a little bit more digging into that. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But, oh yeah, and here's another example, perfect example of fraudulent behavior in this country. I want this woman deported. She needs to be denaturalized and imprisoned for a long time. And then when she gets out of prison, then she goes to Somalia. She can go, if she's such a crusader and she's such if she's such a leader, she can go over there and she can rebuild Somalia, or she can build Somalia, because it's never been built. The country is a disgrace, internationally known for having a culture of piracy. And we expect that these people don't come over here. This is why we need to have a real conversation about legal immigration in this country too. That's a video for another topic. Sorry, I just bumped a microphone. That's probably loud. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We'll get this video up, posted, and thanks for watching, guys. My name's John. This is Chat Tactical Short Pants is the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you have a good day. Happy Sunday.